Good morning and welcome everybody to another reading from the book This is Bob Proctor. Got my cup of tea, ready for another great day. So I wanted to start it by coming on and sharing the next chapter in this book with you. So today we're going to look at the chapter on action, thought plus action. Let's see what Bob has to say about this topic. Successful living consists of knowing and being. When the two are separated, there is nothing but frustration and failure. I'm going to come back to this paragraph because, wow, that is loaded already and there's so much I want to say about that. To know all about love without loving can be disastrous. In the same way, knowing all about the right way to live and not acting on what you know on a daily basis can prove to be very destructive for anyone. Unfortunately, most of the self-help books on our bestseller list deal with positive thinking, without much concern for translating it consciously into experience. We are supplied with maps to nirvana, but cannot locate the vehicle to get us there. If positive thinking alone resulted in successful living, 95% of our population would reside on Easy Street. All of our physical preachers and teachers would be physical examples of health, wealth, and well-being. Unfortunately, many are physical contradictions to what they tell us. Half-truths are more elusive than lies. Positive thinking as a medium to the good life is just that, a half-truth. Positive thinking alone does not deliver. It does not fulfill. In fact, it frustrates because it is not in harmony with what we do. Thinking positively about music will not make you a musician. Only singing and playing a musical instrument will bring you fulfillment. The power of positive thought lies in it being expressed in a positive act. The thought of love finds its fulfillment in loving. Thoughts of joy find their power in laughter. Faith without action is dead. Nothing can result so negatively as thinking positively without the action which fulfills that thinking. Schools should award diplomas for what we do rather than what we know. Nothing is more powerful than a positive thought joined with positive action. He's also got a few quotes here that I want to share with you, and then we'll go back and just unpack a couple of these pieces in here. So this first one is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. The ancestor of every action is a thought. This next quote from Peter Drucker, follow effective action with quiet reflection. From the quiet reflection will come even more effective action. This is actually something that I teach salespeople in their sales processes, how to really review what they have done, learn from it, and improve their next presentation straight away. And this last quote here from Napoleon Hill, action is the real measure of intelligence. So I just want to go back to the first paragraph here. You know, there is, again, so much that we could talk about in this chapter, but I just want to pull out a couple of highlights for you. Coming back to the first paragraph, successful living consists of knowing and being. So you can know information. In fact, you gather information in your conscious mind. That is the knowing. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you act on it. It's the beingness that really produces results. It's how you are taking what you are knowing and becoming it, behaving in alignment with that. And that's really what produces your results. Now, unfortunately, part of the beingness of you is influenced by your paradigms, by the subconscious programming, which is why it's not uncommon to find highly educated people who know a lot, but are not achieving anywhere near the results that they're really capable of because they haven't learned how to really change that paradigm. And we have paradigms for multiple areas of our life: how much money you earn, your effective use of time, your logic, your relationships, your self-image, the way in which you work. All sorts of different areas of your life are dictated by paradigms. So whilst you can accumulate more knowledge, you have to be it. You have to take that knowledge, create new paradigms with it. Paradigms then influence your behavior. The secondary cause of your results is behavior. The primary cause is what's going on in the subconscious mind, that paradigm, which ultimately influences that beingness of who you are. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. Just give me a thumbs up if you're kind of following along here with what we're talking about. So successful living consists of knowing and being. When the two are separated, there is nothing but frustration and failure. So maybe you've done courses in the past, you've read books, you've gathered a lot of information, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting the results that you're reading about, that you're studying about. You have to be it. You have to internalize it. You have to take that information and create new paradigms of thought, feeling, and action. This is something that we really look at quite deeply in my coaching programs, because if you miss this bit, as Bob's saying here, it can lead to frustration and failure. Now, one other thing here, if we just go back to I think we're paragraph number 5. The power of positive thought lies in it being expressed in a positive act. So we have to identify the new thought, but also identify the behavior that is a match for that new thought. And we have to begin to internalize that, and we have to practice it with repetition. And that's how you begin to create that shift. Now, again, as I said earlier, part of why that is sometimes quite difficult to do consistently, it's pretty easy to do it for a few days or a week or even a month in many cases. But you revert back to the old way of being because that is where the paradigm is programmed. It takes a respectable amount of study, of commitment, of education, of accountability, and support to actually really create that deep paradigm shift that allows you to totally become that new behavior consistently. So the power of positive thought lies in it being expressed in a positive act. The thought of love finds its fulfillment in loving, right? We become the thoughts and ideas that we internalize. And knowing how to internalize those new thoughts and ideas and translate it into behavior that you want, not the pre-programmed old conditioning, the behavior that you want really allows you to live a life of freedom, where you're consciously in control of choosing the thoughts and ideas that best serve you, internalizing those thoughts and ideas, building new conditioning, a new way of being, and translating that in behavior that then produces the new results. The results will begin to take care of themselves when you follow this process through. Thoughts of joy find their power in laughter. Faith without action is dead. So how do you develop faith? This is something else that I teach you about in my programs. Faith comes from not only study, but understanding what you are studying, the lived experience of applying what you are learning. And through that experience, seeing what happens, learning from the feedback you get from that environment, then strengthens your faith in yourself and in the universal laws and the power of your mind to be able to create what you really want. Nothing can result so negatively. Now think about this. This is powerful. Nothing can result so negatively as thinking positively without the action which fulfills that thinking. So every thought has a corresponding feeling and action associated with it. I made a post, earlier on this week, last week, and I said that positive thinking or changing your thoughts is step 1, but thinking it's the only thing you have to do is destructive. It's dangerous. You can be seduced into this false sense of security that that's all you have to do, but it isn't. It is certainly a part of the process to creating new results and new conditioning, but it's not the whole part of the puzzle. Schools should award diplomas for what we do rather than what we know. Nothing is more powerful than a positive thought joined with positive action. And we can really one-up that when we get the feeling aligned as well, because that just puts the law of vibration, the law of attraction into overdrive. So I hope that you've enjoyed that chapter today. Let me know if you're here watching. Leave a love heart on the video, a hashtag replay if you're catching the replay. Please like and share this video with somebody, share it on your feed, share it with somebody who might be interested in watching it. That really helps other people to see the content as well. And if you would like more information on working with me or studying one of these coaching programs that really give you the step-by-step process, just head to my website, karenbrook.com.au, and you'll find everything there. Thanks for watching today and have a beautiful day. I'm Karen Brook. Bye for now.